Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trump Field. Tonight's game between the Somerville Highlanders and the Lynn Eng Bulldogs. On behalf of the administration and staff at Somerville High School, we would like to thank this year's senior baseball players for their contributions to the SHS community. Thank you, seniors. We would also like to take a moment to recognize Lynn English's seniors. Lynn English senior players, if you mind stepping out of the dugout, just coming out to the front so we can recognize you guys. Congratulations. Best of luck. Our first senior is accompanied by his mom, Andrea, grandfather, Coach Brian Harris, grandfather, Mike, and grandmother, Kim. Please welcome number 30, Devin Canini. Congratulations, Devin and family. Our next senior is accompanied by his mom, Megan, and his dad, Chuck. Please welcome number 7, Peter Lounsbury. Congratulations, Peter and family. Our next senior is accompanied by his dad, John. Please welcome number 6, Richie Foscarata. Our next senior is accompanied by his mom, Beth, dad, Sean, grandparents, Bill and Jean, brothers, Kyle and Nolan. Please welcome number 12, Brady Roach. Congratulations to Brady and his family. Our next senior is accompanied by his mom, Tracy, dad, Chris, stepmom, Nicole, grandparents, Bob and James, siblings, Ryan and Taylor. Please welcome number 11, Jared Antonelli. Congratulations to Jared and his clan. This senior is accompanied by his mom, Kristen, dad, Mike, sister, Karen. Please welcome captain number 21, Kevin Clark. Congratulations to Kevin and his family. Let's hear it one more time for the class of 2023.
Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV as we celebrate Senior Day here at Trump Field. The Lynn English Bulldogs coming in to face off against the Highlanders. Final game of the regular season for the Highlanders is Kevin Clark on the mound for the Highlanders, getting things underway, facing off against Gilmare Galva for the Bulldogs. Clark's first offering in there for a called strike on the curveball. Highlanders come in. It's a fastball in the dirt. Ball 1-1 the count now to Galva. Highlanders come in with an overall record of 9-10, 8-5 in the GBL. A win today will get them into the postseason for the third year in a row as that fastball is up high for ball 2 to Galva. Highlanders coming off a huge victory over Cambridge yesterday at Cambridge as Galva swings and fouls that back to the screen. Big game against Cambridge yesterday as the Highlanders were able to come away with a 5-4 victory against the Falcons. Highlanders put 5 across in the second as Ian Bourne had a bases clearing double with the bases loaded as the fastball catches the outside. Called strike 3 to Galva And Kevin Clark, senior, on the mound for the Highlanders today, looking to get them into the playoffs for the third straight year, has his first strikeout of the game. He will now face off against Yanair Rodriguez. So Rodriguez comes in batting .373. That one in there for a strike. These two teams played back in April, on April 10th. Highlanders came away with the 17-10 victory at Lynn English. The Bulldogs, an offensive powerhouse here in the GBL. That is a swing and a miss. The curveball down in the dirt to Rodriguez. No balls, 2 strikes now the count from Kevin Clark. Clark was a starter in that game. Did come away with the win against Lynn English, as that is swung on and missed. Rodriguez down the first base line. He is thrown out to complete the swinging strike. 2 away now for the Highlanders here in the top half of the first inning. That'll bring up Jason Figueroa. Figueroa pitching today for the Bulldogs. Comes in batting .342, 17 runs, 14 RBIs on the season. The Bulldogs, very, very powerful offensive team, averaging 9.5 runs per game as the fastball in there from Kevin Clark for strike 1 called. They are averaging 9.5 runs per game. They're allowing 7 runs per game. Lynn English has qualified for the playoffs. As that pitch catches the bottom of the zone, called strike 2. They have qualified for the playoffs in Division I with a 10-6 overall record, 9-4 in the GBL. They have 2 more games remaining this week. As that pitch down low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Figueroa. Clark pitching his best of the season thus far. His most recent 2 starts, victory over Revere and a victory over Everett, a shutout complete game over Everett. And then a 3-2 victory over Revere. Is that just outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Figueroa. Clark in his last 2 starts, 2 wins, 13 2/3 innings worked. Allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, walked 6, and struck out 18. Dominant performance so far for Kevin Clark in his last 2 starts. That's a chopper to third. Antonelli looking for the bare hand, and will misplay that one. Jared will get dinged with the error on that, and Figueroa on at first. So, very dangerous offensive squad as Bonilla comes up. Eldrian Bonilla. Bonilla on the year batting .333 with 16 runs scored, 14 RBIs. That's a fly ball center field. Bourne settles underneath it, collects it, and that'll do it for the Bulldogs in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom here on Senior Day from Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. Highlanders taking on the Bulldogs. Highlanders here in the bottom half of the first inning. We'll have Ian Bourne, Colin Bourne, and Graham Ross coming to the plate. Noted how Ian hit the 3-run double yesterday against Cambridge with the bases loaded in the second inning. Highlanders got 5 across in that inning, came away with the victory. Ian Bourne got the win on the mound as well. And of course, Bourne loves seeing these Lynn English Bulldogs. He hit for the cycle against them back in April with 7 RBIs at Lynn English, and he puts a charge into it there. But Figueroa's offering is handled there by Rodriguez, as Yanair Rodriguez at shortstop able to get that line shot by Bourne. That'll bring up Colin Bourne. Figueroa comes in with 19 2/3 innings worked, 18 strikeouts, 27 walks. Patience at the plate for the Highlanders today. Figueroa could put them on as he's averaging over a walk an inning. That pitch outside for ball 1. I noted Lynn English very, very dangerous offensively. They have allowed 7 runs per game. Figueroa basically their number 3 starter. I also noted they have qualified for Division I playoff action. As Bourne out ahead of that one for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Colin Bourne. Colin got the game-winning RBI against Everett in the 1-0 shutout a few weeks back. We have that for you here on Somerville Ed TV if you want to check that out. So that pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Colin Bourne. That pitch left up high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to Colin Bourne. 1 away here, bottom half of the first inning. It is a simple calculation for the Highlanders. They win and they are in the Division II playoffs. Bourne with the shot to short, taken on 1 hop by Rodriguez. He fires across and gets the out. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Graham Ross.
Now that is the catcher, number 9, Graham Ross.
Figueroa, the lefty, out on the mound, looking to get the Highlanders 1, 2, 3 here. As that pitch down low, ball 1 to Ross. That pitch outside, catches that corner though. Evens the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Ross. Ross swings and misses that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Ross. Of course, senior day here at Trum Field. Senior Jared Antonelli waits on deck for the Highlanders. 1-2 offering up high, 2-2, now the count to Graham Ross. That pitch left just high. Good eye there by Ross. Loads the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless here from Trum Field on senior day. Figueroa fires it in there. Strike 3 as Ross goes down swinging. That'll do it for the Highlanders in the bottom of the first. We move to the second, scoreless here from Trum. We are back here at Trum Field for the top half of the second inning. Highlanders tied up with the Bulldogs as they will go up against Kevin Clark on the mound for the Highlanders. It's numbers 5, 6, and 7, Falaska, Benzen, and Manzanello. First offering from Kevin Clark down low in the dirt to Falaska. That pitch up high, ball 2. Highlanders, as I noted, very simple mathematics today. If they win, they are in the Division II playoffs. Lynn English already has a spot in the playoffs, secured in Division I. Another thing at play today for the Highlanders is second place in the GBL. Currently, Lynn English leads the Highlanders by a game. That's in there for a strike. But the Highlanders can take over second place with a win today in the GBL, as they will then secure the sweep against Lynn English on the season. Swing and a miss, as Clark has worked his way back down 3-0 to a full count here to Falaska. That's popped up. Antonelli settles underneath it. Pops out of Jared's glove, though. Second error of the day for Jared. And Falaska will be at first. Pinch runner being brought in for Velasco. Is Limbert Thomas. So Thomas at first now. As Jeriel Binzen comes to the plate. Clark checks Thomas at first. Fires it in there, gets the high strike. Called for strike one. Binzen, very high batting average, .417 on the season for the lefty as Thomas is away from first. Graham Ross fires it down. Thomas is in with the stolen base. Pitch was a called strike, so no balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Binzen. Binzen 17 RBIs on the season. Has the opportunity here with now Thomas at second base in this scoreless tie in the second inning. Nobody out here. Top half of the second. That pitch is in there for a called strike 3. One away now as that'll bring up Kinry Manzanillo. Manzanillo bats .382 on the season, 18 RBIs, 7 doubles on the season, leads the team. As that pitch is outside, catches that outside for strike 1. As Velasco, the catcher, got on by virtue of an error. Thomas came in to pinch run. He stole second. That pitch left outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Manzanillo. Clark will check Thomas at second. He fires. Manzanillo holds up. 2 balls and a strike now to Kindry. That pitch left up high. Ball 3, 3 balls and a strike now to Kinry Manzanillo. Three-one offering left outside on the fastball. First walk of the day issued by Clark. Manzanillo now at first. Thomas at second. Lynn English action on the base paths here in the second inning. 1 away. As Kevin Clark faces off against Gilbert Galva, the DH. Galva, .219 hitter on the season. So that one's left up high. That went in there for a called strike as he drops the curve in on Galva. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Galva. 1 away here, top half of the first. Lynn English, 2 runners on. Swung on and missed, couldn't catch up to the heat from Kevin Clark. As Clark now has it 1-2. That pitch left up high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Galva. Clark has been spectacularly effective over his past 2 starts. Looking to get out of this situation. Swung on and missed by Galva as the heat blows right by him for the second out.
Now batting the right fielder.
That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Mateo Rodriguez. Rodriguez, .250 batting average on the season, 12 RBIs. Has an RBI opportunity here with Thomas at second. Manzanillo at first, 2 away. Fastball catches the outside to Rodriguez. Clark looking to pitch his way out of this situation. Scoreless tie at Trum Field. Highlanders looking to win their way into the MIAA Division II state playoffs. Swung on, fouled back by Rodriguez. Rodriguez drops down 0-2 now. Clark looking to put this threat away. It's Thomas pinch running for Falaska at second. Manzanilla at first. Called strike 3 on the outside. Clark pitches around the trouble, strikes out 3 Bulldogs. We go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here from Trump. The second, numbers 4, 5, and 6 for the Highlanders. Coming to the plate, Jared Antonelli, Richie Foscarota, and Noah Brown. As Jared Antonelli, the first senior representing in the lineup today on Senior Day, looks at a ball, or a strike, I'm sorry, from Jason Figueroa. Figueroa got the Highlanders 1-2-3 in the first inning. Antonelli puts a charge into that one right up the middle of the infield into center field. First hit of the day for the Highlanders. Antonelli continues his hot hitting as he has been smoking hot of late for the Highlanders. Highlanders winning their last 2 games, 3-2 over Revere, 5-4 over Cambridge. Lynn English coming in with a 2-game winning streak, 11-0 over Malden, 13-10 over Revere. So Richie Foscarota comes to the plate. Antonelli leads away. And that pitch from Figueroa outside for ball 1. Figueroa struggled with his control throughout the season, averaging more than a walk per inning. So he checks Antonelli. Pitch is left up high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Richie Foscarota. Foscarota got what amounted to the game-winning RBI last night against Cambridge as he forced the 5th run across in the second inning with a sac fly that scored Ian Bourne. As that pitch is inside to Richie, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, the count to Richie Foscarota. Highlanders did a great job in that second inning. So they were able to work the bases loaded. Max Barish got an RBI with a bases loaded walk. Ian Bourne cleared those bases with a double. Foscarota works the walk on 4 straight pitches. Highlanders have something cooking here in the bottom of the second. Runners on first and second with nobody out.
Now batting the right fielder, number 15.
That'll bring up Noah Brown. Brown came in last night against Cambridge, got 4 outs, all by the strikeout, to get the save and lock down the win for the Highlanders. As the pitch is outside to Noah. Catches that corner, though, for strike 1 call. No balls and a strike to Noah Brown. Brown had traffic on the base paths last night as he came in to spell Bourne in the 6th. Got a strikeout to end the 6th with the bases loaded. And then was able to strike out 3 Falcons in the 7th to secure the save and the victory for the Highlanders. Count even now to Brown, 1-1. So he checks Antonelli. It's a chopper up the middle. Fielded it short, tossed the second. They fire over to first, gets by the first baseman. Antonelli is heading on in as Antonelli will score. They say the runner was safe at second. No, he was not. Richie is out. Okay, I saw Richie going to third. I was confused because it looked like they did get that out at second. So Highlanders score their first run of the game as Jared Antonelli comes in on the fielder's choice. So double play was not able to be turned. Ball got away from the first baseman, Bonilla. So Brown now stands at first. 1 away as Brady Roach comes to the plate. Brady Roach, another one of the seniors on this squad. And Brady bloops that one right into left field. As charging in is Elijah Wallace as he gets it back to the infield as Brady gets himself a single. Highlanders now with runners on first and second. Again, Pete Lounsbury comes to the plate. Lounsbury, another one of those seniors on this team. Highlander squad looking for their third straight playoff appearance. These seniors key and critical to the run that the Highlanders have had. As Lounsbury offers at it. Strike one. Highlanders have runners on first and second. One run in already as Jared Antonelli led off the inning with a single, and he scored. Noah Brown at second. Brady Roach at first. Pitch into Lounsbury is outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Pete Lounsbury. Figueroa kicks and delivers. Lounsbury swings and misses for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Pete Lounsbury. Highlanders leading 1-0 as they've gotten one across here in the bottom of the second. Checks Brown. Fires home outside. Counts evened up at 2s. Figueroa kicks and delivers to Lounsbury. High heat gets Pete swinging. Second out of the inning there for Figueroa, and that'll bring up Kevin Clark. Starting pitcher for the Highlanders today. Senior captain on this squad. Has the chance to help himself out. Not only the chance to help himself out with a base hit, possibly an RBI that could bring in the runner from second, but also flip the batting order over and get Ian Bourne to the plate with runners on base. They're 2 away here. Bottom of the second, first offering from Figueroa is down low and outside for ball 1 to Clark. Highlanders have 2 runners on, have gotten 1 across here in the bottom of the second. As Jared Antonelli led off the inning with a single and came around to score. Figueroa will check Brown at second. That's a chopper up the middle. And it will be taken care of by Rodriguez by himself. As the 6 unassisted will get Lounsbury, I should say Broach at second, fielder's choice, and that'll do it. But the Highlanders get 1 across in the bottom of the inning. We move to the third here on Somerville Ed TV. Highlanders leading 1-0. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders up 1-0. So we go to the top half of the third inning. It's the top of the order for the Bulldogs, I should say. Gilmer Galva, Yanair Rodriguez, and Jason Figueroa facing off against Kevin Clark. As Clark leaves his first offering up high to Galva. Galva struck out looking back in the first inning to lead the game off. Clark already 5 strikeouts through his 2 innings of work. That's in there for a called strike. Clark will kick and deliver. That one's left up high. That one popped up. Left-hand side foul. Antonelli ranging back, trying to get to it. And it falls out of play, foul. Evens the count up. Highlanders looking to get the victory today. Not only a victory on senior day with a senior captain on the mound, but also a victory gets them into the Division II state playoffs and gets them into second place in the GBL behind Lynn Classical. As that's called strike 3. Fastball on the outside gets Galva looking the second time today. That'll bring up Yanair Rodriguez. He struck out swinging back in the first inning. 6 strikeouts so far for Kevin Clark today through 2 1/3. As I noted, Clark has been phenomenal in his most recent starts as it drops in the curveball, catches that outside for strike 1. Clark is always at his best when he's able to vary his speed and locate his fastball. That one swung on and missed. Strike 2. Sometimes Kevin will struggle with his control, but he has been spectacular with his control recently as well. As that one line foul here to the first base side. Count stays, no balls, 2 strikes to Yonel Rodriguez. Kevin will kick and deliver. Curveball stays outside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Rodriguez. Highlanders leading 1-0. They got 1 across in the bottom of the second on a Noah Brown RBI. So that one's outside and low. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count. 2-2 offering, swung on and missed. 7 strikeouts for Kevin Clark today. He's faced 8 batters. Or I should say he's gotten 8 outs. He's faced 11 batters. He'll be facing off against Jason Figueroa, who grounded to third. Jared Antonelli attempted a bare hand of the ball. Figueroa does have speed and muffed the play. Figueroa is left-handed at first base in the first inning as that pitch is left up high. Ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Jason Figueroa. Figueroa, the opposing pitcher. Two-0 offering from Clark is in there for a strike. Two away here, top half of the third. Chopper hit towards short. Foscarota fires it across. Richie gets it over to Pete, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Bulldogs. Highlanders lead by 1. We go to the bottom half of the third here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Drum Field. Highlanders leading the Bulldogs 1-0. We move to the bottom half of the third inning. It is the top portion of the Highlander lineup as Ian Bourne leads off the inning, followed by Colin Bourne and Graham Ross. Bourne hit a line shot to the shortstop Rodriguez on the first pitch he saw back to start this game off. He is 0 for 1 on the day. That is a curveball, bins in for called strike 1 from Figueroa. Bourne had 7 RBIs at Lynn Classical, hit for the cycle. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Bourne. Bourne was the winning pitcher last night against Cambridge. Went 5 2/3, had a 3 RBI double as well to lead the Highlanders to victory as that curveball stays just high. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike now. That fastball's chopped towards first, fielded by Bonilla. Late covering those Figueroa. Bourne is on with the infield single. Bourne last night got that 3 RBI double, then stole third, so he was able to score what ultimately became the winning run on Richie Foscarota's sacrifice fly in the second inning. Colin Bourne coming to the plate now. Colin grounded out to the shortstop Rodriguez back in the first. Ian away from first as Figueroa will look for him. And you step off the rubber. Highlanders very aggressive on the base paths. Bourne a high success rate at stolen bases. Figueroa looks in at Colin Bourne. Nobody out here, bottom of the third. Highlanders leading by a run. Ian is away. As he slides in, he is safe. Gets in just underneath the tag. Good speed there by Ian. Pitch was up high for ball one to Colin. So now the RBI opportunity. Highlanders have a runner on second. Nobody out here. Bottom of the third inning with the 1-0 lead. As Colin Bourne has a 1-0 count. Figueroa checks Ian at second. Pitch is left outside. Ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Colin Bourne. Colin got the game-winning RBI in the 1-0 win against Everett a few weeks back. Ian away with the pitch. It is a grounder the third. Fired across as Benzan will get Colin at first. But Ian able to advance to third on the hit and run.
The catcher, number 9, Graham Ross.
That'll bring up Graham Ross. Ross 0 for 1 on the day, struck out to end the first. RBI opportunity here as Ian Bourne is at third. Lynn English brings the infield into the edge of the grass. As Figueroa fires in the curveball, leaves that one up high. Ball one to Graham. Graham got his first home run of the season this year. Or first home run of his high school career, I should say. Earlier this year. Swung on and missed as Figueroa brought the heat to Ross. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 away here. Bottom of the third. Highlanders up 1-0. They've got Ian Bourne at third. Graham Ross with the RBI opportunity at the plate. As that one's going to get him on the elbow. Curveball did not curve for Figueroa. That'll bring up Jared Antonelli. Antonelli scored to lead off the bottom of the second. I should say singled and then scored as he led off the bottom of the second with that single. He's been a very hot hitter recently. Jared Antonelli, one of the seniors on this team as they celebrate Senior Day, has the RBI opportunity with runners on the corners, 1 away here in the bottom half of the third. As Figueroa looks over to Ross at first. That's a tipped third baseline, and that stayed foul. That stayed foul. Benzan played it, touched it in foul ground or fair ground. That stayed fair, I should say. Kyle Antonelli showing that Antonelli power with that swinging bunt. RBI for Kyle is Lynn English's head coach coming out to verify the situation. It was a swinging bunt basically down the third base line. Stayed fair. Benzan, the third baseman, charged in on it, fielded it while it was fair. Home plate umpire was right on the call looking down the line. They're going to have a conversation between the two umpires to verify. And they're going to rule it foul now. So after the discussion between the umpires, the umpire who had the better angle is overruled by the umpire without the better angle. I think head coach Matt O'Donnell not happy about this. Highlanders still have the scoring opportunity here. Everybody will return to where they were after that swinging bunt foul. Graham Ross at first. Ian Bourne stands at third. Highlanders with the 1-0 lead, threatening here with 1 away in the bottom of the third as Antonelli stands in. Pitch is left up high to Jared. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Jared Antonelli. 1 for 1 on the day is Jared. Stung a base knock right back up the middle, back in the second. Came around to score the Highlanders' lone run as that pitch outside catches the corner. Called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Jared Antonelli. Figueroa. Ross is away. Pitch is flown into center field. Settling underneath it is Galva. He makes the play. That's going to be deep enough as Bourne will come in to score on the sac fly. And Antonelli has the RBI. Highlanders lead by 2. Ross will stay at first.
Now batting, number 6, shortstop, Richie Foscarata.
Richie Foscarata coming up to the plate now. Richie 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out 2 short. As this one popped up. I'm sorry, strike that actually. Richie walked back in the second and then was out on the fielder's choice. He was the out at second when Brady Roach got the RBI. Bringing home, or Noah Brown, I should say, got the RBI, bringing home Antonelli. It's Graham Ross at first, 2 away. Figueroa fires over to first, Ross back easily. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Figueroa looking to get out of this inning, minimizing the damage as the Highlanders have gotten 1 across. Foscarota wants to keep things going. Ross is away. That's a line shot down in the right field corner. Graham's around second, going to third. Foscarota in, standing at second with a stand-up double down the right field line. Good job of hitting there by Richie Foscarota. And the Highlanders have more going on here as Ross is at third. Foscarota's at second. And coming to the plate is Noah Brown. Brown with an RBI already today. So he grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. The errant throw to first allowed Antonelli to come in to score the Highlanders' first run. 2-0 is the Highlander lead, 2 away here, bottom of the third, as Figueroa left his first pitch up high to Brown. Highlanders have runners on second and third, looking to get a crooked number on the board here in the bottom of the third. So that pitch is left outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Noah Brown. That ball popped back into the screen by Brown. 2 balls and a strike. Highlanders up 2-0 as they scored 1 in the second. They've gotten 1 across here in the third. Runners on second and third, 2 away. And here's the 2-1 offering to Noah Brown as he fouls that one back into the screen as well. Evens the count up at 2s. Figueroa kicks, delivers, down in the dirt. That'll fill up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the throw went down to third as they tried to get Graham Ross off of the bag. Got away from the third baseman, Benzan, and a third run comes in from the Highlanders as Graham Ross comes in to score. In addition to that, Richie Foscarota heads on over to third. So the Highlanders now 3 runs, 2 in this inning. Count is full to Noah Brown. Richie Foscarota at third. Brown swings and misses, and that will do it for the Highlanders in the bottom of the third, but they get that crooked number as they put 2 across. It's a 3-0 Highlander lead as we move to the fourth. They come in second in the GBL. They move ahead of Lynn English for second. Nobody's catching Lynn Classical. They're 14-0. Lynn Classical? I want to say that they're, I can show you. I've got it. I just haven't looked. I want to say they're like 30th or something like that. Nothing impressive. No, 45th. They're 15-1 and ranked 45th in Division I. We are back here at Trum Field. As the Highlanders lead 3-0, we move to the top half of the fourth inning. It is numbers 4, 5, and 6, Bonilla, Falaska, and Benzan coming to the plate for the Bulldogs as they face off against Kevin Clark. Clark has been dominant so far through 3, as he has 7 strikeouts through 3 innings of work. First pitch from Clark down in the dirt for ball 1 to Bonilla. Bonilla flew out to center field to end the first. He is 0 for 1 on the day. The math is simple. Highlanders win and they are in as they try to keep their season going into next week. A win today gets them in the Division II playoffs with a 10-10 record overall. It also moves them into second place in the GBL ahead of these Bulldogs by sweeping the season series against the Bulldogs. As that pitch is in there, called strike 1, 2 balls and a strike now to Bonilla. That fastball fouled back into the screen, evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Bonilla. Highlander baseball team looking to get into the playoffs. Highlander volleyball team needs to sweep their games this week as well to get into the playoffs. Difficult task ahead of them. That pitch is left outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Bonilla. Highlanders will have representation in the playoffs in the form of the girls lacrosse team. They will be playing in the playoffs beginning next week. They will have a qualifying round, a preliminary round game. As that pitch outside, ball 4. So Bonilla will lead off the inning with the walk. That'll bring up Brendan Falaska. Falaska popped up. Ball was misplayed by Antonelli. Gone on base by virtue of that error, stole second, or I should say was pinch run for, and their pinch runner stole second and was left stranded there. His first pitch into Falaska is called strike 1. Runner at first is Bonilla. He walked to start the inning. Highlanders lead 3-0. We're in the top half of the fourth inning. It is win and you are in for the Highlanders, as that is a swing and a miss by Falaska. Strike 2. As the Highlander baseball team looks to join the girls lacrosse team in the postseason this year. It'll be the 3rd time if they're able to do it. 3rd year in a row, as that is called strike 3. As Falaska watched it go by. Strikeout number 8 on the day for Kevin Clark. That'll bring up Jarrell Benzan. Benzan struck out looking back in the second. Fouls that one back into the screen. 1 away here. Top half of the 4th inning. Highlanders leading 3-0. Win and they are in. Senior Kevin Clark on the mound on senior day, looking to extend the season into the postseason for the 3rd straight year for the Highlanders. Took a little bit off that, got Benzan out ahead of it. Strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Jarrell Benzan. Bonilla walked, he is at first. He led off the inning with that walk. Clark kicks, delivers, curveball stays outside and high. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Benzan. That one in the dirt. Good block by Graham Ross, keeps Bonilla at first. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Benzan. That pitch is in there for the call. Strike 3. Strikeout number 9 on the day for Kevin Clark. That'll bring up Kenry Manzanillo. Manzanillo walked back in the second. Was left stranded at first. Manzanillo, one of the better hitters, batting average-wise, for Lynn English. Swings and misses at the heat. Couldn't catch up to Clark's heat. There's 2 away here. Top half of the 4th inning. Bonilla stands at first. He led off the inning with a walk. Clark has struck out the next 2 Bulldogs that he saw after that. And 0-2 now to Manzanillo as he has the opportunity to strike out another one here. Oh, 2 delivery, swung on, missed. Ross will fire it down to first to complete it, and that is the 10th strikeout of the game through 4. Kevin Clark has a shutout going. The Highlanders lead 3-0. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders leading the Bulldogs 3-0. As we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning, it is the bottom third of the Highlander order. Brady Roach, Pete Lounsbury, and Kevin Clark, 3 seniors here on Senior Day as they face off against Jason Figueroa. Figueroa's first offering up high for ball 1. Roach had a single back in the second. That one's left up high, ball 2. He was erased from the base paths on a fielder's choice. Swing and a miss for Brady. 2 balls and a strike now. Brady, one of those seniors we celebrate today. Brady Roach, Pete Lounsbury, Kevin Clark, Richard Fascarota, Jared Antonelli, as well as Devin Canini. Nice run for the Highlanders as they have played postseason baseball 2 years in a row, looking for a 3rd with a victory today. As that one catches the outside against Roach, evening the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Brady Roach. Swing and a miss for Roach. And that is the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up Pete Lounsbury. As Pete struck out swinging back in the second. Highlanders leading 3-0 here. Looking to set themselves up to play next week in the Division II state playoffs. That pitch is left up high, ball 1 to Pete. Lounsbury looking for his 3rd playoff appearance of his senior year. So he was the goalie for the playoff soccer team. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Pete. Started the season as a forward for the hockey team, and about midway through the season, they put him between the pipes in hockey. He led them to the playoffs and a postseason playoff victory in hockey. And now the opportunity to go to the playoffs in baseball as well. That's one variation on a hat trick for Pete Lounsbury. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes here, 1 away. Bottom half of the 4th inning, Highlanders leading 3-0. Figueroa leaves that one up high. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Figueroa leaves that one up high. Fills up the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Pete Lounsbury. Mentioned Figueroa has struggled with his control throughout the season, averaging over a walk an inning throughout the regular season for Lynn English. 1 away, full count offering to Pete Lounsbury is left up high. Ball 4. Lounsbury works the walk, and with 1 away, the Highlanders have a runner on for Kevin Clark. Possibly more important than that is it could flip the lineup over with Ian Bourne now on deck. Clark grounded into an unassisted fielder's choice back in the second to end the second. So they weren't able to flip the lineup then, but now there's only 1 away. As Clark stands to the plate, squares around to bunt, pulls the bat back. Ball 1 as it was outside. Pete Lounsbury worked the walk. He stands at first. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Highlanders leading 3-0. A win and they are in scenario. As Lounsbury led away, fouled back into the screen by Clark. Clark has been spectacular on the mound so far today for the Highlanders as he has 10 strikeouts through 4 innings of work. Just a tremendous job so far by Kevin Clark, in line with what he has done recently for the Highlanders. So he squares around a bunt, lays down a nice bunt. Figueroa jumps off the mound, fires over to first. They get him on the sacrifice, but Lounsbury is in safe at second on the sac. 1-3 sacrifice, 2 away here, and that'll bring Ian Bourne to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Bourne 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored and a stolen base. He lined directly to the shortstop, Rodriguez, to lead off the game on the first pitch he saw, and he fired a single to lead off the 3rd, came around to score after stealing second. Meeting on the mound with Figueroa and the entire Lynn English infield. So try to figure out what to do with Bourne. Pete Lounsbury will be at second when we restart. Highlanders up 3-0. Came into this week needing victories over Cambridge and Lynn English to get into the playoffs, get their record to 500. Got that victory against Cambridge yesterday, 5-4, looking for the win today to cement their place in the Division II playoffs. So Ian Bourne now steps up. One of the better hitters in the state. He hit for the cycle at Lynn English, 7 RBIs that day, and they are going to walk him. As the intentional walk goes to Bourne, he will come to first base. Highlanders have runners on first and second. Colin Bourne comes to the plate. Colin is 0 for 2 on the day, grounded to short and grounded to third. Highlanders looking to add on to their 3-0 lead. 2 away though. It's the first pitch from Figueroa. In there for strike 1 as he catches the top of the strike zone with that curveball. Bourne a big lead at first. Bonilla not keeping him on. Lounsbury away from second. Colin Bourne swings and fouls that one off. 0-2 now the count to Colin. Colin, one of the better contact hitters for the Highlanders. At one point this season had over 50 at-bats without a strikeout. I mentioned that on the broadcast during a game, and the next at-bat he did strike out, so sorry about that one, Colin. And Lounsbury's caught away. He slides in, and he's safe at third as Binzan unable to hold on to the ball. Ian sidles into second base. So now the Highlanders, 2 runners in scoring position. 2 away here, bottom half of the 4th inning, leading 3-0 already. Collinborn at the plate has the opportunity. Down 0-2 in the count. Highlanders would love to put up another crooked number here in the 4th. As that pitch, line shot right up the middle into center field. Lounsbury comes in to score. It's misplayed out in center by Galva. Bourne comes in to score as well. A 2 RBI single for Colin Bourne, and the Highlanders lead 5-0. Highlanders another crooked number here in the bottom of the 4th. Put 2 across in the 3rd, 2 across now here in the 4th. Graham Ross comes to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day, struck out back in the 1st, was hit by a pitch and came around to score last inning. As Figueroa leaves that one up high. Ball 1. If one doesn't get you, the other one will. They walked Ian Bourne to get to Colin Bourne, and Colin Bourne makes them pay with a 2 RBI single. As that pitch left up high to Ross. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Graham Ross. Highlanders now leading 5-0. Figueroa checks Bourne. Pitch is left up high. Ball 3 to Graham Ross. Another hot hitter waits on deck for the Highlanders, Jared Antonelli. 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI and a run scored. Figueroa fires it in there. Ball 4, 4 straight balls. Graham Ross heads down to first. Colin Bourne goes to second. Highlanders keep the inning going, and Jared Antonelli will come to the plate. As I noted, Jared 1 for 1 on the day, singled to lead off the second and scored the game's first run. Got a sacrifice fly in the 3rd to score Ian Bourne. 1 for 1, an RBI and a run scored for Jared on the day. Highlanders have runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 away, and Antonelli hits that one just over the outstretched glove of Rodriguez into left field. And that'll load up the bases as Wallace got it in quickly back to the infield, holding Antonelli to a single. Antonelli now 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI and a run scored. Bases are filled with Highlanders. Richie Foscarota will come to the plate. Richie doubled down the right field line back in the 3rd, was left stranded at 3rd base. He is 1 for 1 on the day as he walked back in the 2nd as well. 2 away, bases filled with Highlanders. Highlanders leading 5-0, have 2 across in this inning already. Figueroa kicks, delivers, leaves it up high. Ball 1. He doesn't have anywhere to put Richie. So Highlanders looking to add to their 5-run lead. This is a fly ball, blooped, could fall in, and it does, as it falls in right in front of the sliding Rodriguez. 2 runs come in to score for the Highlanders as Foscarota gets himself another hit today. RBI, 2 RBI single for Richie. Highlander lead is 7-0 now as Bourne came in to score and Ross came in to score. Antonelli stands at third. 2-out Thunder for the Highlanders. They put 4 across with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 7-0 is the Highlander lead. Noah Brown comes up to the plate. Noah 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in the 3rd, got an RBI and a fielder's choice back in the 2nd as Antonelli came in to score. Brown grounds it to Benzan. Benzan boots it a little bit, fires it over to first, unable to be played by Bonilla, and the run will come in to score as Antonelli comes in. 8-0 is the Highlander lead. Foscarota in at 3rd. Highlanders have runners on the corners as Noah Brown stands at first. That'll bring up Brady Roach. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound with Figueroa. Played with danger throughout the game. Got the Highlanders 1-2-3 back in the 1st. Allowed the leadoff man on in the 2nd. Antonelli came around to score after that leadoff single. Highlanders got a crooked number in the 3rd with 2 runs. And now 5 runs across here in the 4th inning. As the Highlanders have broken this one open. 8-0 is the Highlander lead. So we are in the bottom half of the 4th inning with an 8-0 lead. You also have to think about the 10-run rule here in the bottom of the 4th. Brady Roach up to the plate. Roach, as I noted, 1 for 2 on the day. As that is a stolen base, and Foscarota will come in to score as Brown takes the bag. As Foscarota with the 1 runners on the corners. Throw came through clean above the second baseman. 9-0 is your Highlander lead. Brown now stands at 2nd. Roach led off this inning, striking out. As that pitch down in the dirt gets past the catcher. And Brown will be in safe at 3rd. Brady Roach, one of those seniors, looks at a strike down low. Highlanders with the win today get themselves into the playoffs here on Senior Day. They lead 9-0 as they've gotten 6 across here in the 4th, and Roach is hit with the pitch. Figueroa really struggling out on the mound now. Going to have a pitching change as meeting on the mound. Highlanders, when we come back, we'll have runners on the corners yet again. It's been 2-out Thunder here in the bottom of the 4th. So we're going to see a new pitcher in for Lynn English. The Highlanders have put 6 runs across here in the 4th inning, all with 2 outs. Highlanders lead 9-0 in the bottom of the 4th during the pitching change. Pete Lounsbury will come up. The Highlanders have batted around here in the 4th inning. As with 2 outs, they've been able to force across 4 runs of their 5 of their 6, I should say. With 2 runs, Pete Lounsbury walked earlier this inning, came around to score the first run of this inning as Brady Roach is away. He was hit by a pitch. And now with a runner on 3rd, there are 2 outs, so Brady Roach caught in the rundown. If he's able to escape this rundown, the run will score. It'll be a 10-0 lead, but he is unable to escape as the tag is applied by Yanier Rodriguez. And that will do it for the Highlanders as Roach is caught out on the rundown. So, the Highlanders lead 10-0 as the run came in to score while he was in the rundown. As we move to the top half of the 5th inning, Highlanders up 10-0. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders have bursted open in the 4th. We are going to the top of the 5th. Highlanders up 10-0 as it will be Gilva, Rodriguez, and Gilva. First pitch to Gilbert Gilva from Kevin Clark is a called strike. Galva struck out back in the second. That's happened to a lot of Bulldogs today. As that one's a chopper, third base side. Antonelli charges in, bare hands, fires over to Pete Lounsbury, and that is an out. As Galva went down hard, went down hard. Got the legs kind of mixed up with Lounsbury there at first. Clean play. We have a disagreement going on. The umpire is reminding Lynn English head coach about the rules of the MIAA, and then he could throw him out of the game. Hopefully that won't occur.
Now hitting for the Bulldogs, number 10.
But that will bring up a pinch hitter for Lynn English, as Gonzalez will hit for Rodriguez. First offering from Kevin Clark is in there for a strike. Great play by Jared Antonelli on that bare-handed play. As that pitch left up high to Gonzalez. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Kevin Clark has 10 strikeouts through 4 innings of work. Looking to add to that now as Gonzalez looks at strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Gonzalez. And that pitch left outside by Clark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The math is simple, as I've said repeatedly. The Highlanders need to win to get into the Division II playoffs. The 10-0 lead, 7-run fourth. Looks like they're in great position for that as Clark rings up his 11th. Swinging strike that time as Gonzalez goes down. That will bring up Gilmar Galva. As Galva is 0 for 2 on the day. He has struck out looking both times. We are in the top half of the 5th inning. Highlanders have the 10-0 lead. If Lynn English can't get anything across here, the 10-run rule could be in effect. So the ball is outside and low to Galva. Kevin Clark, senior captain, looking to lead his Highlanders to their 3rd straight playoff appearance today. That pitch down low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 away here, top half of the 5th inning. Highlanders up 10-0. That pitch catches the outside. Called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Galva. That pitch down in the dirt. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to Galva. That pitch in the dirt as well. Galva works the walk. Bulldogs stay alive here and bring up Yanier Rodriguez. Rodriguez also 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Galva now stands at first. Galva, a very effective stolen base threat. As he leads away from first, and he is away with the pitch. But Rodriguez fouls it back into the screen. So Galva will have to reset and do it again. 2 away here, top half of the 5th inning. Highlanders up 10-0. Win and they are in. Their season will continue into the postseason next week if they secure the victory against the Bulldogs here. As they fire it over to first. Galva back in plenty of time. Kevin Clark on the mound for the Highlanders, looking for his 3rd straight victory. That pitch catches the outside, called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Yaniel Rodriguez. Clark looking for the win. 11 strikeouts so far through his 4 2/3. as that pitch just misses. Rodriguez able to hold the bat back. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Yanel Rodriguez. Highlanders looking to sweep the season series against the Bulldogs. Sweep their way into a 2nd place finish in the GBL behind the Lynn Classical Rams, and swing and a miss as Rodriguez is rung up. That's 12 outs of the strikeout variety for Kevin Clark. The Highlanders have the 10-0 lead, and that will do it as the 10-run rule is in effect. After 5 innings, the Highlanders win the game 10-0 here at Trum Field. The winner is Kevin Clark. No runs, no hits allowed by Clark today. 2 errors by the Highlanders in the field. 4 Bulldogs left on the base paths as Clark did walk 2, but he struck out 11 through 5, and the Highlanders are going to the playoffs. What a great senior day here for the Highlanders as they secure a place in the playoffs. We will have the coverage of their playoff matchup here on Somerville Ed TV. Keep your eye on the MIAA website. They will have those power rankings out at the end of this week, and we will know the playoff matchup at that time. Celebrating the seniors today, of course, Richie Foscaroda, Pete Lansbury, Jared Antonelli, Brady Roach, Devin Canini, and Kevin Clark. 11 strikeouts, no hits, 10 runs for the Highlanders. 10-0 is the win. Thank you very much for watching today as the Highlanders go into the postseason for the 3rd year in a row. Thank you very much, Joe Constantine on production and direction. Thank you very much as well, Bill Trudell on camera. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV.